Now we are going to learn the continuation part of English Kumar Bharti Unit 2, lesson number 2.5. The name of the lesson is Let's March. I call upon all the governments, intergovernmental agencies, business, faith leaders, workers, teachers, and NGOs, and each one of us to put an end to all forms of violence against children. Slavery, trafficking, child marriages, child labor, sexual abuse, and illiteracy, these things have no place in any civilized society. Friends, we can do this. Governments must make child-friendly policies and invest in education and young people. Business must be more responsible, accountable, and open to innovative partnership. Intergovernmental agencies must work together to accelerate action. Global civil society must rise above the business as usual and fragmented agendas. Faith leaders and institutions and all of us stand with our children. We must be bold, we must be ambitious, and we must have the will. We must keep our promises. Here, the writer mentions how the governments, business, and intergovernmental agencies must work towards making our children safe. He says he is calling everyone to help each other to put an end to all forms of violence against children. Slavery, trafficking, child marriages, child labor, sexual abuse, and illiteracy. We must be bold, ambitious, and have the will to keep our promises made to our children. The speaker says that we must march from ignorance to awakening, from darkness to light, and from mortality to divinity. Over 50 years ago, on the first day of my school, I met a cobbler boy my age sitting outside the gate of my school. I asked my teacher, why is he working outside? Why is he not with us in the school? My teachers had no answer. One day I gathered the courage to ask the boy's father. He said, "Sir, I have never thought about it. We are born to work." His answer made me angry. It still makes me angry. As a child, I had a vision of tomorrow, a vision of that cobbler boy sitting with me in my classroom. Now that tomorrow has become today. I am today and you are today. Today it is time for every child to have a right to life, right to freedom, right to health, right to education, right to safety, right to dignity, right to equality, and right to peace. Today, beyond the darkness, I see the smiling faces of our children in the blinking stars. Today, in every wave of every ocean, I see my children are playing and dancing. Here, the author says that he gives an example from his childhood, where he wondered why cobbler's child did not study with him. He gathered some courage and asked the cobbler's boy father why the boy was working outside and why he was not in school. The father's response was that he had not actually thought about it because he knew that they were born to work. This answer made Satyarthi very angry. Now he had a vision of educating that cobbler's child. So, what was Satyarthi's vision of tomorrow? His vision of tomorrow is success. The young will grow up and bring progress, prosperity, and fame to India with their hard work, education, and perseverance. Where every child must have a right to life, right to freedom, right to health, right to education, right to safety, right to dignity, right to equality, and right to peace. Every tree and mountains I see are children growing freely with dignity. Friends, I want you to see and feel this today inside you. My dear sisters and brothers, as I said, many interesting things are happening today. May I please request you to put your hand close to your heart, close your eyes, and feel the child inside you. I am sure you can. Now listen to that child. Listen, please. Here, the writer, Mr. Satyarthi, ends his speech by saying that the time has come today to ensure equality and fundamental rights for every child in the world. He wants every child to have a happy childhood. He urges everyone to listen to the child inside each one of us and to fill the world with compassion. According to Mr. Satyarthi, thousands of children are calling to us. The author sees thousands of Mahatma Gandhis, Nelson Mandelas, and Martin Luther Kings calling to us. Let us democratize knowledge. Let us universalize justice. Together, let us globalize compassion. I call upon you in this room and all across the world. I call for a march from exploitation to education. I call for a march from poverty to share prosperity, a march from slavery to liberty, and a march from violence to peace. Let us march from ignorance to awakening. Let us march from darkness to light. Let us march from mortality to divinity. Let us march. Here, the writer calls upon everyone to march towards a better world that is free from exploitation, poverty, slavery, and violence. He asks us to march away from ignorance, darkness, and mortality and walk towards awakening, light, and divinity.